Happy New Month, cooking family, and welcome once more to the Jamaican cooking journey. On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be making for you a honey mustard roast chicken. So right here I've got my chicken all washed. I've spot chopped it and I've got it somewhat draining. We're draining it on the board, but it's almost drained. I have a problem with these people when they do and the skin come down a bit. This is what is happening. So I've tucked my wings right under and we want it looking like that. Yeah, the skin has come down. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna rinse my hand and I'm gonna get the mustard and the honey all mixed. Here I've got about 2 tablespoons or a little more. You could use more, and that's what I have of honey. And I have got me some mustard. You know, mustard tend to separate when it's put down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw some mustard in here. I think that's enough. And I'm gonna add my honey to it. We're making a rub paste on a mustard roast chicken. Yeah. So I'm gonna mix my mustard and my honey together. Yeah. And this is what we will have. But it's not properly dissolved as yet. You want to get the mustard all mixed in. We might use a little more mustard. It's a bit watery. So we might use a little more mustard. Yeah, we don't want it. Yeah. Using a little more. Not the best brand of mustard, I must add. So you might have a better brand than me. Alright? Not looking too bad. Yeah. Or maybe I had too much honey. So what I'm gonna do now, so I've turned my chicken over and I am going to put a little of my seasonings, which is my salt, and give it a nice little rub. And I'm adding my salt, because you know, once you turn it down, you're not going to turn back up again, so you want to be doing that. Yeah. Garlic powder. You can use some grated garlic, but garlic paste or powder would be better for this recipe as opposed to the grated garlic, because we don't want nothing to burn, so we're adding a little of that. Little oregano, little cumin, little fennel, and a little of that thing there. I'll put it on the screen. So we're gonna massage this in. You can use your gloves. I don't have gloves at this time, and sometimes when I'm not using like pimento seeds that is allergic to me, I try to use my bare hands as opposed to latex. But get your gloves. If you use your gloves, get your gloves. So remember, we're doing heat on this side because it will be this side down in the skillet, you know. So we'll make sure, so because you want here, so when it roasts, we have a little taste. Using our spoon to put a little of our honey mustard on the bottom here. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Yeah, so alright, so we use this. You see that? So we're treating the underneath part right as it is. We'll make sure we do it nice. Yeah, masterize it in. Now we're gonna turn it over. We have done with that. We are finished with that part. So we want to tuck, I want to tuck this in. Come, I want it to look presentable when it's in you want it looking presentable when it's in the roaster. So I'm gonna go get my hands washed and we're gonna start the process all over on this side. I want to put a few scores before I start. This is the thick part of it. This is the breast. And you know, so this so and one of the hard part then for cook. Right? So we want to put a few scores on the breast. We want it cook even. We don't want when it come out the breast not soak and all of that. You know that part is thick. So I put in a few scores there. Put in a few on the thigh and then part the too. Yeah. We want to enjoy this meat and we want to enjoy it real good. My mouth is watering as I'm doing this. I'm looking forward to having some of this with a little vegetable salad. You know, a nice little salad. We don't want no rice nor nothing. Okay? So this is the look. We have gone through and we have given our breast some scores that it can cook. And we are putting it in the oven, you know. You know whether you want to put it in your roaster, we're putting it in a cast iron and all of that. Next patient, same treatment. We're putting a little salt to taste. Use according to your salt perfection, your taste for your salt and so. Okay? Yeah. Skin not the best, but we work with this. A little oregano. You know I love my garlic, so we are going extra with the garlic. Me honestly love the garlic. Massaging in and into these parts that we did score. All of that, all the juices are kept in. Honey mustard time. Into the part that we scored. All over. I'm gonna give it a nice massage. Really gently. Wow, this smells so lovely. Ooh, family, I hope you will try this. Okay, so we have removed it to our cast iron skillet. You could do this overnight. Rest it in your cast iron skillet, cover it with plastic wrap, leave it to soak. We have preheated our oven to 400 degrees, okay, and we are gonna let it come up to, it's not, we just preheated it, so we're gonna leave it out and let it, we're just gonna cover it. So we're gonna put it in there covered for about 20 to 25 minutes, let it steam, and after that we'll be reducing the heat and leave it to take color whilst we come along. We won't be turning it, we're just gonna make it cook nice and juicy, and at some point we'll lift the cover off for it to get that color in the oven, and we're gonna melt a little butter as we go along, and we're gonna put it over it for it to come with a beautiful color. Also, at this point, I think I want to add a little extra oregano on top of it, on top of the honey mustard, to give it that beautiful look. You see it? A little extra. Just the oregano I'm gonna use, or if you have parsley, you could use your dried parsley. Okay, so when I see you next, it will be ready for the oven. So in the oven there now for about at 400 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, yeah, and you check the Celsius time, and we're gonna leave it covered for about 20 to 25 minutes. That covering there is for it to steam and to gather a little steam to let the chicken start cooking to the core, and we will return after that, and we are going to remove the cover for it to take color and finish cooking. Catch you then. So here we are after 15 minutes, and you can see that we have been getting some steam. Let me show you. So you see those juices, right? So what we're going to do now, you want to lift a little of these juices, and you want to put it up the top there to keep it moist. Yeah, you see that juice, the natural juices from the chicken. So 25 minutes at 400 degrees, and we got all this juice, so we want to pick it up and use it to continue basting the chicken. We are now going to reduce our heat to 350, and we're going to leave it in there for approximately 1 hour, coming around each time to check and to use the extra juices to baste it. Okay, we're going to set it off 1 hour at 350, and then we're going to return. We're going to have color, extra color, that pretty brown color, is that a pretty nice golden looking color is gonna come out with the heat of the oven, and we're gonna let you see what happened. Next clip. So guys, this is like 4 minutes before the hour is over. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add on another 5 or 6 minutes, making it 10 minutes because it was 4, but since I've been out here. So at this point, what I've been doing all along was just, as soon as it takes color, you can see it's almost there. You see the color is coming there. We want to get something like this all finished. So as soon, what I've been doing all along, I came back, this is about the 3rd time during the hour, and I took out all the juices that have been, you know, ejected from it as it cooks, and just use it to base it back, you know. We want it moist and nice. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add an additional probably 10 or 8 minutes on the same 350 uncovered in the oven. We're not gonna use any butter. We're not gonna use any butter. It has this pretty color, so we want it to get a little more golden and all of that. We're gonna put it back. So you want to add on 10 minutes to your time depending on your oven. You remember we told you how to do it. So this is what it looks like. So we're basting it. Here we go, cooking fam. How you know that your chicken is cooked? When you put your fork and you put your stuff in there, you don't see any juices running out. I've often said that on my cooking videos. Okay, so what we did, we left it. So we had on, so it's 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, in the oven uncovered, 400 degrees for 20-25 minutes to half an hour, covered. 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes uncovered, coming along each time to baste it. Okay, we didn't worry to put any butter, we didn't need any butter. Okay, so we are gonna use all, we're gonna on the screen, slow your screen down, put all the ingredients that we use to season, or the seasoning that we use. Follow the technique to the T. You won't go wrong. You will end up with this. Okay, so we're gonna proof to you now the proof of any pie. You see that? You see that knife going down in there? You don't want to have a hard, dry chicken. Okay, we're gonna take off a leg and thigh. Very juicy, flavorful with that honey mustard. I'm gonna take it right there. Look at this, from the bottom over to the top. Look at that juiciness, and you can tell it's filled with flavor. Okay, thanks for loving, thanks for supporting, thanks for all the love during my time that I was out. Thank you all so much. I hope you will like the video, share up the video, and that also you will watch our ads, and I'll catch you again with another video. Honey mustard oven baked chicken.